Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to my channel, my lovelies. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I am so happy you found me. I do so hope that you will like and subscribe before you leave. Become part of the Mama family. Mama's got your back, at least where makeup's concerned, and definitely when that makeup is cheap. Today is the fourth installment of the good, the bad, and the empty. I have quite a few empties to share with you guys today, and really no bad products in today's video either. I am super, super excited. I've got a bunch of like body and skincare, a couple of makeup empties, and quite a few recommendations for you guys. So I'm not going to talk too awful long in the intro. We're just going to go ahead and dive right into it. If you guys are wondering what is on my face today, I did do a short on today's look. I used the Cab Cosmetics night and day palette, or day and night. Yeah, day and night palette. This is a really, really pretty, really gorgeous, warm toned neutral palette. It's absolutely stunning. I picked this up at Walmart. It was like, I want to say it was like 18 bucks. This is really, really great quality makeup though. On par with some of my higher end palettes. It's beautiful. Packaging is fantastic. Formulas are fantastic. It's just a really great, everyday, warm toned, go-to neutral kind of palette. Really fantastic. As always, I will have everything that I'm talking about in today's video listed in the description box below, along with the links to all my other socials, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. And of course, if you guys have any questions about anything, just shoot me a comment and I will get back to you. Before I get to talking, check my bat wings. It is pretty late in the afternoon. Shawnee Bear is about to get off of the bus. So I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. I got all dressed and ready, got my face on today because Mr. Hubby had his interview today. He did really, really well. I'm super, super excited. If you guys could, please say a prayer for Mr. Hubby. Pray that he gets this job. It is, he wants it so bad. He wants it so bad. And he is like really worried about him not doing great at the interview. But I know him and I know he did amazing. He's just being really hard on himself. So if you could, please say a prayer for him and I would really, really appreciate it. Diving right into the empties, let's go through some skincare first. So I usually do a mask once or twice a week, whether I use a paint-on mask or a sheet mask. I really take care of my skin. I usually do it on Sundays. Sunday is self-care day, and I do have a couple of masks that were good enough that I felt like I needed to share them with you guys. So the first one is this one right here, and this is the Vitamix Electrolyte Watermelon Hydrating Mask. This is an absolutely gorgeous sheet mask. It goes on. I wear them until they're dry. It doesn't take super long because my skin is like this. It's like the Gobi Desert. It is dry, dry, dry. But this just went on and it plumped my face up, and it just made my skin look so good. It made me look youthful. It plumped everything up. It gave a little bit of a bounce to my skin. A really, really gorgeous mask. The next time I go to Walmart, I am definitely going to be picking a couple more of these up. Not super expensive either, and really, really great. On top of that, it came with tons of extra serum in the bottom of the package. So I was able to slather it everywhere. If there is one tip I can give you about a sheet mask, don't let any of that juice go to waste. If you get done with your mask and there's still juice in the bottom of the packet, put it all over your chest, put it all over your arms. A lot of times I will re-dunk my the mask, the sheet, back into the juices, and I'll rub it all over Sean and Mr. Hubby's face. Just kind of give them as many benefits as I can, because they won't sit there with a sheet mask on their skin, but I can sit there and, you know, kind of like mop their skin with whatever's left over, and they'll kind of tolerate that just a little bit. But this was a really, really good one. Next one I want to talk about is this Freeman peel-off mask. This was the refining peel-off mask for radiant skin. It says sweet tea purifies and lemon tones. Y'all, this is such a southern thing. Sweet tea and lemon is like a staple around here, and I thought it was a cute idea for a mask. Sean and I actually did these the other day, and it was a really nice mask. I'm not big on peel-off masks. I feel like sometimes they can do more damage than good, but these ones peeled off really easily. It didn't pull out my hairs. It didn't hurt to remove, and it was really nice, and it was fun to do. So if you like a good peel-off mask, I think this was a really good one. On top of that, it had a really beautiful, light, fresh, lemony scent to it, and it was like a really cute pink color. So I liked this one as well. Last but not least, I used a couple of my Patchology illuminating eye gels, and these are, besides my e.l.f. hydrogel patches, these are my very, very favorite hydrating eye patches. They're fantastic. And these come with a ton of extra juice in them as well. So I bring that down my neck, down my chest. These are really good for, you know, right between your boobs, I guess, where you can get that line, especially if you sleep on your side or if you wear like push-up bras, things like that. You can get that line right in the center of your chest. I really like to use stuff like this, and I even put retinol there sometimes, because I feel like your chest, it's like the back of your hands. Your chest will tell your age in a heartbeat. So when you're doing your skincare and when you're treating your body and taking care of your skin, don't forget to take care of your chest, because that really does, it makes a difference. But these are fantastic. And the extra juice, I just kind of put all over my face like a serum. I put it in the center of my chest and, of course, on my arms. And definitely the back of my hands. So these are really, really good. Moving on, so talking about skin and taking care of your body skin. This is the Rachel's Best Deep Cleansing Green Tea Scrub. Y'all, I used this to the very, very last drop. It is fantastic. I have KP on the back of my arms, and I know you guys can see it sometimes when I lean out of frame. You can see there's quite a bit of like redness and discoloration on the back of my arms. I have KP, like quite a bit of the world does, and I really try to take care of it as much as I can. I do have prescription lotions that I forget to use continuously. But while I'm in the shower, I always make sure to exfoliate. And I have found that exfoliating really helps with the KP on the back of my arms. I also get a little bit of it on my legs. So I always go in and I use this on my legs before I shave. And when you shave, you're exfoliating. But I found that when I exfoliate my legs before I shave, I get a much closer shave. So exfoliating with any kind of salt or sugar scrub is always a really good idea. And this was a really, really nice brand. On top of that, it's got green tea oil in it. So as well as exfoliating, it also moisturizes. And it left my skin feeling so soft and smooth and silky. I picked this up at Burke's, and I think it was only like $2. I think it was like $2.99. Definitely worth it. I really enjoy the Soap and Glory sugar scrubs, but they're pretty expensive. And you get about as much in this container as you do in the Soap and Glory ones. And this one, it lasted forever. You needed the tiniest bit. It went the furthest way, and it really just made my skin feel so good. So I really, really like this. I can't wait to go back to Burke's and pick up another one. Hopefully they still have it in stock. The next thing I want to talk about, this one. So I am a big moisturizer. I have, like I said, I have super dry skin, and that doesn't stop at my face. It goes all over my body. So when I'm looking for a good body lotion, I really try to find something as deeply nourishing as I can. And though I do enjoy like body butters and things like that, I just don't feel like they hang around, and I don't feel like they're as deeply quenching as I want them to be. This, on the other hand, was fantastic. On top of the fact that it smelled absolutely phenomenal, this just went on and it made the biggest difference in my skin. This is the Olay Nourishing Body Lotion. It says nourishing and hydrating hyaluronic acid. It's hand and body lotion. Says nourishes deeply for visibly smooth, replenished skin that lasts all day. Now, this was expensive. This was a pretty expensive lotion when it comes to like body lotions. But y'all, when I tell you it was worth every red cent that I paid for it, oh my goodness gracious. And again, the littlest bit of this went the furthest way. It absorbed quickly. It didn't leave my skin feeling gross or greasy. It didn't feel heavy. It was just really, really nice. And the reason I went through it so quickly is because my son loves it too. Sean has a birthmark, and on top of that, he just has really sensitive skin to begin with. So finding good lotions that don't break him out, give him a rash, or give him hives is really, really difficult. And usually we have to use unscented, supernatural kind of lotions. Tea tree oil works really well for him. But he actually started using this one. He loved the way that it smelled. He said he loved the way that it made his skin feel. So we went through this really, really fast. This is definitely on my list to repurchase. It's fantastic. I'm going to hold it up so you guys can get a good look at the tube, because this is such a good lotion. I believe it's become one of my very, very favorites. I love Olay anyway. One of my very favorite facial moisturizers is the old school Oil of Olay night cream. This was so good. And there's something about the Olay scent that is just so comforting and homey to me. I absolutely adore it. This was fantastic. Can't wait to get another bottle. I have been missing it. I've been out of it for quite a while now. I want to say about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I'm missing it. My skin just like needs the love. Needs the love. Seriously. Next thing I ran out of is this. So this is my Bliss Mighty Biome Pre-Postbiotics Barrier Aid. So basically what this is a milky toner. And I don't know if I have talked about this in a different empties video or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and re-mention it because it is so good. I use this every morning. It is the first step, well, the second step of my morning skincare routine. It is phenomenal. This has kept me from breaking out. This has kept my skin it protects your skin barrier, right? And your skin barrier is what helps you retain moisture. It's what helps your skin fight off any kind of like bacteria, things like that. Skin barrier is just really, really important. And I'm not an esthetician, so I really don't know that much about it. What I do know is this stuff works. It is so good. I do already have a replacement of this, and I have started to implement it back into my routine. This is such a great product though. And this brand, Bliss, is such a really great, super affordable skincare brand. And one of the biggest reasons that I like this brand so much is that they're easy to understand. You don't have to be an esthetician to understand what this does for you and why it's good for your skincare routine. They just make skincare super approachable and not quite so confusing, and I really enjoy that about this brand, on top of the fact that they're fairly affordable. So yeah, it's a winner. I also really enjoy this packaging. It's a metal container. It makes it really easy to get the product out. It doesn't really have a smell to it, but it just goes on. And you can almost feel it doing a favor for your skin. You can almost feel it just kind of like absorbing. It absorbs so quickly into the skin as well. It almost just kind of like melts into your skin. And it just, I can't even explain to you what it does to my skin other than I just enjoy it so much. It's so good. And it's one of those things that if I ever, you know, if they ever stop making it, I'm going to be really sad because I really enjoy this. The next thing is another thing that I picked up from Burke's. This is the Skin Lab Revitalize and Hydrate. It's a facial serum, but it's basically like a moisturizer. This says it has Moroccan rose oil, collagen, elastin, and vitamin C. This was a really beautiful, lightweight pre-makeup moisturizer. I use this more so as a primer than anything else. It really wasn't part of my skincare routine. I didn't think it was thick or rich or moisturizing enough to be a part of my skincare, but it was really great for like a top off before I apply makeup. This goes on. It's got a really... I'm trying to show you. It's got the most beautiful kind of rich, silky kind of texture to it. It's almost got that hyaluronic acid slip to it, but it goes on and it puts just this layer on your skin. It absorbs beautifully, but it also leaves this layer of moisture on the skin that works and plays beautifully with makeup application. My skin never looked dry or cakey or like scaly or flaky when I was using this as a primer, and unfortunately I haven't been able to find this at my Burke's again, so I don't have a refill of it. But if you ever come across this at Burke's, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, something like that, this brand in particular, Skin Lab, it's like dirt cheap, but don't let that deter you because it actually is really, really nice. They had the pink one, the Hydrate and Revitalize. They also had a blue one that was just like a straight up collagen serum. They're so, so good. Even if you don't put them in your everyday kind of skincare routine, even as just a pre-makeup kind of primer / moisturizer, so, so good. Makeup looks so pretty over top of this. Speaking of moisturizer, this Koa Life Beauty Sleep, another thing that I picked up at Burke's. I think one of my favorite things about Burke's is just going and exploring their skincare section. I always find such new kind of fun items to play with, and I really just, I enjoy skincare, so I enjoy exploring new brands and things like this. And this one was so, so good. If you have oily skin, this is definitely not the one for you. This is a ultra moisturizing and nourishing kind of moisturizer. It is super rich and super, super heavy. It almost leaves an oily finish on your skin. For me and my super dry skin, that is a bonus. I usually end up using a facial oil after my moisturizer anyway. And with this, I could eliminate that step. It doesn't really smell. Yeah, it smells like eucalyptus. It's got like a really herbal scent to it. So if you don't like scented skincare, probably not for you either. But I really, really enjoyed this. It wasn't super expensive. I think I paid like $5 or $6 for it. But you needed the teeniest, tiniest bit of it. It went the furthest way. And it just, again, makeup applied beautifully over this. It says it's Beauty Sleep. So I think it's like a nighttime moisturizer. It wasn't, to me, it wasn't quite heavy enough or rich enough to be a nighttime moisturizer. But for a daytime moisturizer, it was fantastic. It went on and it just really super hydrated my skin. But it didn't feel super heavy. It didn't really leave like a residue on my skin, but it did leave just this little bit of like an oil on top of my skin. And I know that sounds terrible, and I'm probably not explaining it the best that I could, but it was so, so good. It always made my skin feel so nice. On top of that, it plays well with other products. The thing that I just cannot stand is when you go in and you use a new product and it pills. When you're trying to mix it in with your routine and it just doesn't play well with others, and you end up getting that nasty kind of peeling on your skin, and then you have to like scrub everything off and start from scratch. This didn't do that. This was so, so good. This again was the last step in my routine. And it was just good. It was just good. Also, the packaging is super, super cute. I love this kind of lavender color. Very, very cute. I really enjoyed this. I believe I do have a backup of this, and I will be opening it very, very shortly. I also used up one of these one-of-one show face, it's turmeric? Turmeric mask. This was good. So it is super, super empty, but this was really great. It was kind of like a detoxifying, almost, I want to say, what is that word I'm trying to look for? Exfoliating mask. It went on, you could feel it kind of tingle just a little bit, but once you rinsed it off, your skin just looked so bright and glowy. It looked like you had just had a peel done. It was super, super pretty. Now, I do have a couple more of these minis that I'm going to like dig into here shortly, but this was really good. I picked this up at Walmart. It wasn't super, super expensive. Of course, it is just a little mini, but I didn't want to get a big jar of it until I knew if I really liked it or not. So, so good. On top of that, it's got this bright kind of gold. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's got this bright gold color. So it's really fun to play with as well. Easy to remove. One of the things about a paint on mask is I just don't want it to be a hassle to take off, right? And this removed really, really easily, and it left my skin looking so bright and glowy and fresh. I really enjoyed this. Yeah, definitely going to be using that more often. The last skincare thing I have is, I guess it's not really skincare. I guess it's more makeup than anything else. But this is the Milani Green Goddess Makeup Melter. And you guys know how I feel about the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Makeup Melting Balm. That's my absolute favorite. But this one is really good too. I think I found these on sale somewhere and I picked up a couple of them. And I went through this one it seems like I go through makeup melter really fast, and I don't know if that's just because I do my makeup sometimes twice a day, but this was just so good. Removes even waterproof makeup really easily. There wasn't a lot of scrubbing and rubbing on my face. You just kind of take a little dollop of it, warm it between your fingers. It melts into an oily kind of consistency. And then you just rub it all over your face and it breaks down everything instantly. I will say that it does take just a little bit more effort than my e.l.f. Holy Hydration Makeup Melter, but it's still really good. This also has a very slight scent to it, which I enjoy. The e.l.f. Makeup Melting Balm is unscented, but this has a really beautiful light kind of scent to it. It smells very herbal and very fresh, but it is so nice. It's almost like aromatherapy. Very nice. You get quite a good amount of product in here. One of these jars, and again, I do my makeup at least once or twice a day. A jar of this will last me about 2 months, so that's really good. And it's not super expensive either. I think it's about $11 or $12 a pop, which is a little bit more expensive than the e.l.f., but you also get more product in here than the e.l.f. one, so it's really good. Again, that was the Milani Green Goddess Makeup Melting Balm. So good. You can pick this up at Walmart. I think they have this at Walgreens as well. It's a really good makeup melter. Moving on to a little bit of makeup. So I went through an entire tube of the Milani eyeshadow primer. I really like this eyeshadow primer. It's not my very favorite. My very favorite is the Believe Beauty, but this one was a really good one. Also, it's super accessible. It's pretty affordable, and you get a really good amount of primer in here. So it lasts for absolutely forever. And I really enjoy the squeezy tube because it's really easy to get every last drop out of there, which I really appreciate. I have mine in the shade 01 Nude. It is absolutely fantastic. Not my favorite, but really good. The next thing that I went through, so I did an entire tube of this Lancôme Hypnose Star Waterproof Mascara. First of all, this mascara packaging is probably my favorite mascara packaging I've ever had. It is so very pretty. It's nice and heavy. It feels expensive. It feels sturdy. I love the kind of glitter on the outside of the tube. Very pretty. I really enjoyed this mascara. Unfortunately, it just got super clumpy. I don't know if you guys can, is there stuff? I have salt underneath my nails. Anyway, this, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it got super clumpy. I even tried to take the stopper out of it to see if I could kind of mix it up a little bit better. It just got really clumpy on me. So I want to say that this mascara didn't last a super long time. It lasted me maybe about, I want to say two months, which is not fantastic, but it's not terrible either. What bothers me the most is there's still so much mascara in here. I don't know if you guys can see in there because it's super dark, but there's still quite a bit of mascara in there, but it's just so clumpy that I just can't use it. Really enjoyable mascara. I wish it lasted just a little bit longer, but if I ever came across it, I would definitely pick it up again because I thought it was nice. I will say that the the Virtuose Precious Cells mascara by Lancôme is my favorite mascara ever. The brush, the wand on this mascara is probably the most fantastic wand I've ever used. It fits the curve of my eye absolutely perfectly. And as soon as I'm done with this tube of mascara, I will 100% be keeping this wand because it is literally perfect. So good. I'm usually not a big lover of expensive mascaras. I am a Maybelline mascara girl to my core, but these Lancôme mascaras really just are something special. They're really good. I'm so sad that this one is gone, but I enjoyed the time that I got to spend with it. I went through a full tube of my L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. I had a couple of half-open tubes, and towards the beginning of this year, I was really trying to finish up half-used tubes of concealer, things like that, trying to start the new year off with some new makeup, and I was able to get through another half tube of my Infallible Full Wear concealer. This is in the shade Walnut. I use this as a cream bronzer. It is my favorite cream bronzer. I love it more than the e.l.f. putty bronzers. I love it more. This is the perfect shade. it is just, it's good. It's good. It lasts absolutely forever. It adds coverage to the face. It's fantastic. It doesn't pick up your product. It's just a really, really great bronzer. And this color in, you know, specifically the shade Walnut is just my go-to. So I cannot wait till I can get through some of my other tubes of half open concealer so I can open up another tube of this, because you better believe I definitely already have backups. This is just a staple. It is a holy grail of mine, and I love it so, so very much. The next thing, so this one. This is the Believe Beauty Dual-Ended Contour Stick. This is in the shade Medium, I believe. Yeah, so this is in the shade Medium, and this is, it's not really a contour, in my opinion. It's more of like a stick bronzer, because there is quite a bit of warmth there, but y'all, like, yeah, it won't even draw. It's completely gone. This is the most gorgeous, super easy to blend, fantastic, phenomenal. It's amazing. I love this thing. I don't have a backup of it. I thought that I did, but I don't. So the next time I get to Dollar General, I definitely will be picking up another one of these, because it's definitely something I want to have in my collection. The only thing about this product that I'm not a big fan of is I just wish it was just a contour stick. I really don't use this side. I don't know why they insist on putting these lighter kind of concealers on one side, because I don't know anybody that really uses them. If you would just do this whole thing of contour, people would be so, so very happy, because this contour really is something special. But yeah, I used it till it was gone. I even took a brush and tried to dig in there just a little bit and get the rest of it out, but it's gone. I have to let her go, but so, so good. I love this thing so much. I also went through a full compact of my L'Oreal True Match powder. This thing is completely empty. I freaking adore this stuff. This is in the shade, what is this? Light Ivory. So W2 Light Ivory. This is more so my summer color when I get a little bit of a tan and the yellow in my skin comes out just a little bit more. But this is a fantastic, fantastic powder. I like to apply this with a powder puff, but it looks beautiful under the eyes. It looks good all over the face. It's just a really gorgeous, beautifully finely milled, silky smooth kind of powder. And yes, I already have backups of this. I've already been using it. This is just really, really good. So you get your compact, and then on the other side, you get your mirror and your little powder puff. So it's a really nifty little compact. Again, it provides a little bit of coverage to the face. It's beautifully brightening and smoothing. Just a really, really beautiful powder. I went through an entire tub of the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. This is the very first primer in my whole 32 years of life that I've ever finished completely, and I am so very proud of it. So the Luminous Putty Primer is one of my favorites. I love the way that it gives a little bit of glow to the skin. It really goes on and helps to smooth out, you know, just smooth out your skin. I like it to fill in fine lines and wrinkles, things like that. It's a really beautiful primer. I don't think it's the best pore filling primer that I've ever used, but the Luminous version, it feels hydrating. It's got a really beautiful slip on the skin. It plays well with makeup. It's a nice primer. It's a really great primer. I think that it comes at a really good, very decent price point. Yeah, and I already have, which one do I have now? I have the regular poreless putty primer that I am working on now. I'm almost done with this one as well. I really, really enjoy the poreless putty primers, but then I was going through my collection and I found this one. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It Putty Primer, and I haven't even really touched this one yet, so I've been playing around with it. Oh, y'all, this smells so, so good. If you know, if you've ever smelt any of the butter products, like the butter bronzer, the butter primer, even the butter foundation. I have the butter foundation and it smells fantastic, but they all have that really gorgeous kind of cocoa butter kind of smell. They're so, so good. This smells divine. I wore this the other day and it looked really beautiful on my skin. I would say that if you have like oily or even combo skin, this probably isn't going to be the primer for you because it does have a little bit more of that greasy feel to it. Whereas this feels like really light and moisturizing. You can definitely tell that there's like a butter in there because it's got just a little bit of that oilier slip to it, which is great for my dry skin. But if you had oily skin, probably not the one for you. But yeah, I went through an entire tub of the Luminous Putty Primer. I am working on the original Putty Primer now, and we'll see where it goes, but this was nice. I definitely would repurchase it. I don't need to right at the very moment, but it's a nice primer. And guys, I think that was just about it. I did go through an entire eyebrow pencil. This is one of my very favorite eyebrow pencils ever. This is the KVD Signature Brow Pencil in the shade Dark Brown. First of all, I freaking adore the spoolie on this thing. It's super stiff, but it's also super, super tiny. So it really gets in there and separates your hairs and really lifts everything up. And then the actual, yeah, I can't even roll it up anymore. It is gone. But the applicator itself, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's more of like a really thin rectangle. So it's not a circle, but it is super, super tiny. And it makes it really easy to go and underline your brow, which is how I do my brows. I go in and I underline everything and then brush everything through. So it gives me a really beautiful kind of natural looking fade. This was a gorgeous, gorgeous eyebrow pencil. I loved the color. I loved the way that it applied. Super creamy, but not overly so. It set down, and then once it set down, it didn't budge. It lasted really beautifully throughout the day. Was a really great pencil. Now I can't pay full price for these because they're freaking expensive, but anytime I come across these at my local Burke's, I definitely pick up as many as I can afford because it's a really, really great eyebrow pencil. And when I pick them up at Burke's, it's just about the same price as picking up a drugstore pencil, so it's a win-win. But this is a really, really great formula. Last but not least, I went through 2 ballpoint pens. Now, I make lists for absolutely everything. I have a list for every aspect of my life. And because of that, I am constantly writing things down. And I'm kind of like a pen freak. I have very specific tastes when it comes to writing pens, and these are my very, very favorite. These are the Pilot, they're the Pilot G2s. They are the smoothest, most pigmented, inky, quick drying pens. They never smear or smudge. You don't have to press down really hard to get them to write. These are fantastic. They're my very, very favorites. And I went through 2 entire pens. And, you know, I don't know why I felt like you guys needed to know that, but I wanted to tell you anyway. I went through 2 pens. Guys, that is going to be it for me today. I hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful, fantastic rest of your day. I hope that you know I love you very, very much. As always, everything is going to be posted in the description box below. If you have a question, all you got to do is shoot me a comment and I will get back to you. As always, no filters, no edits, no fancy lighting. It's just me sitting in front of my camera, playing with some empty makeup, hoping you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. And until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, you're important. Bye.